we are very grateful for the way that Professor and President John Thrasher supports us and supports, well, actually everything on campus. You will see President Thrasher at everything from a football game to a concert to a reading. He goes to stuff. He and his wife go to everything. And we are really, really grateful for that because we appreciate the attention and the support and the kindness and the general smarts he has shown while being president of this university. We're still not packing guns. So we thank him, and here's President John Thrasher.
Good afternoon. Good to be here. Seriously, I can't think of any place I'd rather be than to do this today, particularly for this event. It's an honor, truly an honor, to recognize the 50th anniversary of a professor who's had such a profound impact on generations of Florida State University students. David Kirby, came to Florida State University in 1969. Some of you weren't born then, I think. I had just graduated from Florida State in 1965, undergraduate school, and in 1969 I was on my way to Vietnam. So he's been here for 50 years. We didn't have, I don't know if you know this or not, we didn't have a creative writing program then, so he established one. And it's now considered, obviously, one of the most successful programs of its kind in America. In those days, I'm told David also supplemented his income by doing a side gig of writing speeches for the president of the university at that time. That didn't last long, I don't think. You can imagine what kind of speeches he wrote back then. I didn't know that. If I'd have known that, I might have asked him to write some for me. I don't know if I'd still be here or not, but it would have been interesting. So David focused on what he does best after that. Teaching, mentoring students. If you ever watched him around campus, he's usually sitting outside somewhere or someplace with a student, talking to them about his life's work. And writing, by the way. He's so prolific that I don't even think he knows exactly how many books, poems, or essays he's written. Maybe he does, I don't know. And somehow, while he's been doing all of that, a half century has flown by. Along the way, he's received about every single recognition that this university can bestow. He was named the Robert O. Lawton Distinguished Professor in 2004, which is the highest award you can get because it comes from the faculty itself. And he's one of their own. He's received many teaching awards, including the Distinguished Teaching Award in 2008 and a Graduate Teaching Award in 2017. And quite frankly, the university, if it didn't impose a limit or a mandatory gap on the frequency of teaching awards, I'm sure he'd have about 50 of them right now. He's also won a Guggenheim Fellowship grant, or grants from the National Endowment for the Arts and for the Florida Arts Council, and numerous writing awards. 2016, he received the Florida Humanities Council Lifetime Achievement Award for writing. If all of this is starting to sound a little like a retirement party, let me set you straight right now. David's not going anywhere. He's not allowed to retire, at least as long as I'm president. I promise you that. I would not accept a retirement package from him. You understand that, I think, don't you, sir? Yeah. David, and I mean this in all sincerity, and you hear it all over the campus and certainly everywhere you go. You're too valuable a member of our university community. You've inspired thousands of students, and there are so many more who still want to learn from you and work with you. You're obviously a talented and acclaimed writer. I've read your work, and it's pretty good. In fact, I've got the biscuit joint right here. I've been reading that. Get Up, Please, if you haven't read that. That's inspiring. A lot of good stuff. But, you know, I don't know if you know or not, there's something you and I have in common, because I consider myself a pretty good writer too. And not many people know this, and I know you don't, that I also dabble in poetry. In fact, I've written a little something for you today. And I want you to tell me what you think about it. It's called the Ode to the Curb. David, the poet, is a legend I hear. He's traversed the land FSU for many a year. He loves his wife Barbara and his little cat Patsy. And he writes a nice verse that's simple and catchy. 50 years he's taught our Seminole poets. We're so grateful for him, and we thought he should know it. His students, they say, are numerous and great. I should take his class. I hear it's first rate. But instead I offer best wishes for many more years. Congratulations, my friend, and I say cheers. God bless you, my friend. Woo!
Well, you don't get poems like that every day, so. John, cut it out. I mean, who needs the competition? and thank you all for being here for everything. And just as soon as we can, about 90 seconds worth of thanks. We want to get to the people for whom this occasion has really been convened. But I do want to say that this is the only award I've ever won that I'm absolutely certain I deserve. And it's not that hard. Those of you who want to be here for 50 years, all you have to do is look both ways when you cross Copeland Street. Half the students are hungover, half of them are over-caffeinated. They're all texting, so you're going like this. And John, you've done that 3,000 or 4,000 times. You learn to be agile, don't you? You have to be good at it. So that part's easy. The thing that I can't wrap my mind around is all the people who have come and gone, and I'm still here. Because I thought I would come and I would get on the elevator, and it would go up, and then when it reached the top floor, I would get off. But so I got on the elevator, and the elevator started going up, and then it stopped on the 9th floor, and some guy gets on, and we introduce ourselves, we talk, and it goes up to the 41st floor, and he gets off, and saying, where'd that guy go? And then meanwhile the elevator's still going up, and I'm glad that John said something that I'm going to say it anyway, just to make sure the message gets across. But at least he started it, which is to say that this is not a retirement party. Okay, is that clear? The elevator's still going up, so I want to retire under a better president. No, John and I have been kidding each other since the get-go. It started pretty quick, didn't it? You just kind of know when you can talk trash with people. And in fact, just the other day, I was coming in front of the Westcott building, and you always know what visitors look like, right? I mean, there's usually a mom she's turning a map around like this, and there's a dad. He's got a cap and cargo shorts, and he's sucking in his stomach, like that, looking very fit. And then in this case, there was a student over to the side, a high school senior, and she was, texting her boyfriend and kind of wishing her parents were anywhere else. But John kind of roped him in and began to, sell FSU the way he does. So I thought I could kind of skis on by and not get noticed. So I, kind of hunched over like this. And as I pulled past about 15 or 20 feet away, I heard John say, and we're going to raise some money here to start a variety of new programs that I think you'll like very much. And although to do that, we have to cut some of the professors' salaries. So I thought it okay, but he seemed to me so. So thank you, John, for being here and doing that. Thank you to my colleagues. You inspire me. Thank you to my students. I've always learned from you. I always will. I've served under either 9 or 10 chairs. Depends on how you count them. Francis Townsend, George Harper, Fred Stanley, Ann Rowe, Fred Stanley again, John Finstermaker for 12 halcyon years. How about that, Gary? You can be chair for 12 years. You have to go 15 to try to break the record. Then Ralph Berry, Hunt Hawkins, Eric Walker, and now the incomparable Gary Taylor. And wouldn't be right to not mention our staff as well. Dina, Claire, Denise, Janet, Carolyn, the people who just, they cannot be thanked enough. And I won't say thanks to Barbara because that word doesn't say enough. No word would. I'll just say no Barbara, no David, or at least not this David. I wouldn't be as happy. I wouldn't know as much. And you wouldn't want to know me. But today you do, and that's fine. Thank you for coming out, everybody. I look forward to the next 50. And now somebody with, I think, some very good news for us all, Professor Gary Taylor.
Thank you, David. I can't compete with David verbally, so I'm trying to compete with him sartorially. However, the important news here is that this website, which you can go to very easily, spark.fsu.edu/Kirby, is already out of date because it says that no money has been raised. In fact, $2,000 has been raised. I wrote the first check, and it was matched by Mart Hill, who's a longtime supporter of Florida State University and of the College of Arts and Sciences. So it says we have 48 days to go. It would be great if we could do that in 48 hours. I'm in a hurry. But the purpose of this fund is eventually to raise $50,000. $1,000 for every year that David has been here so far. Every year we'll increase the amount that we want in the fund, so we hope he stays on for many, many more years. But that money is to support graduate students in creative writing, and particular poets in creative writing. That's about... if you get bored with what I'm saying, you can go online immediately on your phones and start donating money. That's about money that we're trying to raise. I also have an announcement about money that's already been awarded. Ken Lewandowski has made a deferred gift of $164,000 to the Jermone and Maxine Stern Creative Writing Endowment. Ken earned 2 degrees from FSU. I imagine that you know him, David. He got a BA in 1977 and an MA in 1980. One of his most influential professors at FSU was Jerry Stern. And he's very happy to honor him in this way. Ken currently resides in Chicago with his wife Mary Jane, but he's obviously never forgotten FSU or Tallahassee or what he learned in creative writing in the English department. That's I think all that I need to say. Except to quote Mark Pietralunga, the chair of the Department of Modern Languages, who's known Kirby for 30 years and had many meals with him in many different parts of the world, who has written that Kirby, we know him as an amazing teacher, but the way that Pietro Longo describes him is that Kirby, over all these years, has remained the best damn student in the classroom of life.